Hey everyone, it's Sensei Ron Thomas, co-star of the original Karate Kid and of course Cobra Kai. That's right, Pastor Bobby Brown here, not a priest. But did you also know that I'm a personal development expert, a motivational speaker, a life coach? I'm in that space of personal growth and personal development, and I've been doing that for decades. It started out before I was an actual sensei. Yes, I'm an actual sensei. And guess what? When you're a sensei, you are a life coach by default. Enough said about that. But listen, I've been involved and passionate about that space, first of all, just for changing my own life so that I could live my own best life. Mindset and those types of topics have always interested me all the way back from when I was this high, 3 years old, standing on the starting blocks of my very first swimming race when they announced me as the youngest competitive swimmer in the world. And I don't know if that was true, but I do know that from that moment on, I started to understand something that I think you'll get too. Mindset is everything. Most athletes know that mindset is everything. So, the evidence of that continues to unfold in the world of sports, starting with the controversial ice skater that just fell multiple times in the Olympics, the Russian skater accused of doping. As soon as that accusation came out, it got into her head, it got into her kitchen, as I like to say, and so she did not compete so well in the short forms, right? So mindset plays a significant role in how we perform in life. Enough said about that. I could go on and on. I really like to talk, and when I go off on a tangent, like I just did, I got to pull myself back to center, pull myself back, and refocus. Okay, I'm refocusing. The Life Mastery Code. This is my new personal development program, unlocking the essential secrets to your best life. Now, here's the thing about your best life. That's what this video is about. The essential secrets to your best life. And since that's what this video is about, I've got a question for you. Have you ever asked yourself what your best life looks like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? What would your best life be for you? Consider it. And do you even think it's possible to get there? I believe it is. Now, I want to explain your best life, basically. Because, there's lots of terms and terminology that get tossed around in anything. Master, life mastery, mastery. Well, that, of course, came out of the martial arts. I have an extensive background in the martial arts. And, of course, I'm interested in mastery. But even in the martial arts, the word master gets tossed around like a ping pong ball, and it gets applied to too many people who aren't really masters. You follow me? They might be very good martial artists, but that doesn't make them a master. What is mastery all about? Well, that's another topic that I'm passionate about. I'll get back to that. I'll circle back to that. But your best life. In the world of personal growth and personal development nowadays, that's another one that gets tossed around quite a bit. Like how would it be to live your best life? What does your best life look like? You living your best life. So I don't know if it's true, but I bet you there's a book out there called Living Your Best Life or something like that. I bet you. I'm going to go Google it after I finish recording this video. Okay. See, I'm a kook. I'm a nut. I'm crazy. But let me get back to the point of this video, which is about you living your best life. In all seriousness, what does that look like for you? Let's take a look at it, because here's the thing. I've got it that you can have three things in life. You can have misery, mediocrity, or mastery. Misery, most of us have experienced some misery in our lives. If you've been on the planet long enough, you've experienced some pain, some suffering, some confusion. And it kind of looks like that, doesn't it? That kind of looks like misery. Mediocrity, I love that comic. The menu of your life. His plate and his glass are empty. He's staring at this menu, and he doesn't have a very funny or very happy look on his face. I think it kind of speaks to mediocrity. Mediocrity is where most people land on this scale. Most people are fine being average, having their routine, their same old, blah, blah, blah. That's kind of explanatory in that little comic right there. There's nothing on the menu. It's just mediocre. It's average. There's nothing exciting there, right? And then you can have, of course, mastery, excellence, excellent results, experiencing joy and happiness and creativity and passion and purpose and value and meaning, deep meaning in your life, and intentionality and intending certain outcomes and certain results in your life, and being so masterful and living masterfully that the outcomes are almost certain. Not always, not everything is certain. Of course, none of us achieve everything we want in life, but how would it be for you to be living masterfully? Because again, I believe that most people are either miserable, or they're experiencing mediocrity, or they're trying to lean into mastery. Mastery in life, by the way, I believe is probably a place that most of us never get to, but we can certainly be walking that path. We can certainly intend to be moving toward mastery and leaning into a more masterful way of living, so that we are leaning into excellence, so that we are getting excellent results in our lives, which of course makes us happier, of course brings about those states of joy and bliss even sometimes. That doesn't mean that you don't get pulled back into misery. Of course we all get pulled back into misery. The symptoms of misery are, pretty obvious: complaining, blaming, shaming, feeling guilty, feeling depressed, feeling sad, feeling confused, anger, there's resentment, there's jealousy, there's all of these, symptoms of people who are in misery on one level or another. Now, mediocrity, when you're experiencing mediocrity, we get pulled both ways, right? People who are living an average life sometimes get pulled toward mastery. Sometimes they lean into their goals. They lean in and they get focused and they get disciplined and they overcome some of the things that have been holding them back. But then they get pulled back, and then sometimes they get pulled back over to misery when those goals fail, etc., etc. You get the idea. But most of us, most of the time, I believe we can choose to be leaning into mastery and getting better results in our life. Because again, this video is really about giving you a 30,000-foot view of what your best life would look like. Because I don't think most people can answer that question. Well, yeah, I can, Sensei Ron. I can answer that question. I'd be living in my dream house, driving my dream car, be married to my dream wife, having a dream life. Right. But there's more to life than things. All of those things I just mentioned are temporary. What's permanent? Questions that a master would ask, because a master would not be so attached to things. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have those things. I believe you should. But that's not what your best life would look like. That would just be a result of you living your best life, right? Having finances and money and experiencing things and being able to travel and having the people around you that you love and having those rich relationships and meaning and purpose in life. So let's take a 30,000-foot view of your best life, okay? Because I want to take the approach here in this video of wellness, wholeness, completeness, of being totally well. Because you and I both know that if we're not well, if we're sick or injured in some way, experiencing pain or stress, we're not going to be living our best life. True or true? So I want to start this, or I want to not just start it, I already started it. I want to give you that 30,000-foot view of your best life and how you can, and maybe it flips a switch for you. I'm hoping that this video serves you in some way. So let's get started with this wellness, wholeness, complete integrity means wholeness. We're gonna look at your body, your bodies, okay? Because we have a physical body, right? And I just said it. You know that if you're sick in some way, and of course you can't help it, but, and some of you can help it, but you're sick in some way, you're experiencing dis-ease, discomfort in the body, pain in some way, shape, or form, like I am right now, because I'm still recovering from a leg surgery where I had to have a muscle reattached. It's a long recovery, and it's never going to be the same. I get it, I know it, but we have a physical body. You know you're not living masterfully physically if that body isn't functioning in its best way, correct? We also have a mental body. True? Same thing applies. If you are not functioning mentally in the best way possible, if you're experiencing pain, stress, frustration, dis-ease, anxiety, fear, depression, your mental state is clouded, you're not clear, on point and on purpose in some way, your mental body is sick. It is not functioning as best as it could be, correct? You also have an emotional body. What's the predominant emotion that you show up with every day, day in and day out? Is it happiness? Is it joy? Is it bliss? Excitement? Is it peace? Is it something else? Is it anxiety? Is it worry, doubt, fear, guilt, shame, a sense of hopelessness, loss? I don't know. But you know, as well as I do, that if your emotional body is sick, it's going to be affecting your mental body. Your mental body is going to be affecting your emotional body. And both of those bodies are going to be affecting your physical body. And your physical body, if it's sick, it's going to be affecting your mental body and your emotional body. True? And then you're not functioning as best you could be as a human being. And then you have a spiritual body. This is not a religious conversation, okay? I'm not going to get into religion. I'm just talking spirituality, that sense of there's more to life than meets the eye, the unmanifest and the manifest, the invisible to the visible. There's a sense of a higher self, a higher calling, a higher purpose, a soul, a spirit, the spirit, whatever it is for you. I know what it is for me. I'm not going to go there right now in this video, but whatever it is for you, is your spiritual body, are you paying attention to it? And is it not getting what it needs? Like a soul, is your soul fed well? Is it nurtured? Are you giving it nutrition? Is it operating functionally in the best way possible that serves you? Now, in another video, I may go into the metaphysics and the quantum physics about spirit, spirituality, the quantum field, but not here. I just want you to consider, is your spiritual body well, or is it experiencing dis-ease in some way, uncomfortability in some way that's affecting all these other bodies? Of course you have more bodies than that. Of course you do. You have a financial body. Let me ask you a question. If you don't have the money and the finances, if you're constantly worried and stressed about paying the bills and about your money and about your future, do you think it affects your physical body? You're damn right it does. Do you think it affects your mental, emotional body? Of course it does. Do you think your spiritual body and how you're operating on a spiritual level could affect your finances? Of course it can. Again, a topic for another video. But you see where I'm going here? You have a creative body. All of us are creative beings in some way, shape, or form. And what it is for you, I don't know. But it could, you could be a writer, you could be a singer, you could be a performer, you could be an artist, you could be creating a family, you could be creating something for your community, an organization, a business. I don't know what it is for you, but I do know that if you're not participating in creativity in some way, shape, or form, that body is dying a creative death. It's not well. Therefore, it's affecting the whole, because there's a part of you that knows you want to be creative. You want to start that thing. You want to finish that thing. You don't know what that thing is, but you know that thing is something, and you want to get to it. and you want to create it, whatever it is, and you don't have to know the answer. There's a part of you, if you're quiet, if you're still, if you're listening to yourself, if you're listening to your higher self, you have a calling, a purpose, something you want to create, something you want to start, and you haven't done it yet, that is going to affect all your other bodies, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. You follow me? Do you think if you did create that thing, your financial body might get well? It might get whole? It might get stronger in some way? I don't know. Probably. You also have body of relationships and a body of affairs. I must have hit the clicker twice. But you must have a body of relationships. Are relationships important to you? They are important to almost all of us. Some people are lone wolves, lone travelers on this planet. But even those people have to admit that we are, beings, we are pack animals. We like the pack, we like the herd, even if the pack is small. Your body of relationships are important, and I'm just including intimate relationships with a significant other in that bucket, but I'm also including relationships with your friends, your coworkers, your family, your community, all relationships, and your relationship with yourself, by the way. If that body is ill, if it's sick in some way, it affects your physical body. It affects your mental body. It could affect your financial body, your creative body. Of course, if these things are all operating well, that can affect your body of relationships and how you relate to other people because you're relating to yourself even better. You follow me? This stuff is interlinked. Your body of affairs, that's a big bucket for this video, but I'm just including career. I'm including job. I'm including hobbies and interests. Your body of affairs, what you do, your routine, how you show up in life, the things you need, the places you need to go, the people you need to meet, the things you need to do, your body of affairs. Are they well? Are they whole? Are your affairs in order? Are they complete? If they're not, could they be making you physically, mentally, emotionally sick, financially sick, creatively sick? Of course, if those things are all well, could it be affecting your body of affairs? Could your body of affairs get better and better? This is your best life. This is your best life from a 30,000 foot view, taking a wellness approach. Is your life well, whole, complete? You follow? Because if it is, you're going to be living your best life. Are there things stopping you from living your best life? Of course there are. That's where mastery comes in. Mastering those things rather than having those things master you. Follow? Of course there's more bodies. Did you think I was done with this clicker? No, I'm not. You have a body of knowledge. Your body of knowledge affects all these other bodies, doesn't it? In other words, if your physical body is out of shape, experiencing illness or dis-ease, discomfort, in some way, shape, or form, you're not satisfied, feeling whole, well, complete with your physical body, your body of knowledge can affect how well you can get that body. In other words, if you don't know anything about exercise, if you have no knowledge about exercise or nutrition or sleep or hydration or dehydration or all things nutritional, all things yoga, all things stretching, all things muscular, your frame, your core strength, if you have no knowledge of anything that I just said, what are your chances of getting this body well? Of course your body of knowledge affects your physical body. It affects your mental body. If you know nothing except that you're mentally all over the place, confused, and emotionally depressed and sad, if you know nothing about psychology or modern psychology or these different modalities, and there's plenty. There's more holistic ones than modern medicine. There's a combination of all of it. And the information is out there. It's on Google. Go research it. Get the knowledge you need to break through the things that you need to break through internally to cause all of your other bodies to start functioning and so that you can start living your best life. Your body of knowledge is important. If you don't have a lot of knowledge, go get it. If you need more knowledge in some area on finances, where to invest, how to invest, I know. You can hire a trainer, you can hire a financial guy or gal to help you with your money. I know. But it's better if you know also where they're putting your money. If you can, and you get why. Knowledge is important. Knowledge is power. How many times have you heard that? It's true. And of course, you have body of experiences. Knowledge is one thing. Wisdom is another thing. How much experience do you have in these different areas? This body of knowledge and your body of experience are really a matter of helping you function, because mastery is really a question of functionality, how well you're functioning in a certain area. A master guitar player functions very, very well when they're playing that guitar, don't they? A master martial artist, same thing. Of course it's knowledge, of course it's wisdom, of course it's experience, of course it's training and discipline and focus, of course. But those things are a matter, ultimately mastery is about functionality, about how well you're functioning. Now, of course there are things holding you back. Like, I don't have it on the slide, your body of habits, your habitual body, your body of habits might just be holding you back from any or all of this. True? So this is where life coaching comes in. This is where the Life Mastery Code comes in, helping you master the things that have been mastering you. Because some of you listening, you don't have a mind. Your mind has you. You don't have a body. Your body's got you. You know, there are things that just got you. There are things that you're sparring with on a daily basis. And this is where you probably need some help. You can't do this all alone. Okay? And some of you, okay, it just popped into my head. What have we just gone through for the last couple of years? COVID, all over the world. Things have changed. The world has changed for all of us. And some of you probably have experienced tremendous change, tremendous loss, tremendous trauma, right? Am I right? And maybe it's COVID related, maybe it's related to something else, but I do know, because people follow me, they know that I'm in this space. They ask me questions all the time, and I know there's a tremendous amount of pain out there. There's a tremendous amount of suffering. There's a tremendous amount of unclarity, confusion, and just a sense of loss. Like, not just that you've lost someone or something, like a job or whatever, but just a sense of an identification, a sense of identity loss. Like, who am I now? I know who I was in 2019, but then 2020 hit, and who am I now? And where do I go from here? I think globally, humanity is sort of experiencing that right now. But what is it for you? And where do you need to go from here? Where are we going from here? Where are you going from here? I suggest, and I really want you to lean into mastery. Now listen, I hope you enjoyed this 30,000-foot overview of what your best life could look like with taking the wellness approach. Are your bodies well? And if you like this kind of content, and if you want to know more, and if you want to go deeper, then hit the subscribe button. Follow me. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me at Sensei Ron Thomas. Follow me on Instagram, The Real Ron Thomas. Follow me right here on YouTube, because I'm going to be recording more videos just like this. I'm going to go deeper and provide you in more in-depth content on how you can break through the things that have been holding you back so that you can live your best life. So hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you. I hope this serves you in some way, and I'll see you in the next video.